Hi, friends, and welcome to another episode of Life with Martha. I'm your host, Martha. Duh. I am taking advantage of being home alone while Alvaro is at a Winterhawks game. If you don't know who the Winterhawks are, they're a hockey team here in Portland. And so I think he had said that tonight is their last game of the season. And so he's like, I want to go. So he bought tickets. Unfortunately, the person that he was going to go with ended up being sick. And so like all day today, he was like texting people, asking if they could go with him and all of that. And finally his friend, one of his friends from like middle school was able to go. So that's cool because I was not going to go. I already told him. I was like, sorry, I can't go. I'm busy. And he like started laughing. And it's mainly because I don't... Like, hockey is fine, okay? Pretty much the players fight the whole time. Some of the rules are confusing because I just don't understand them yet. And in the beginning, when I went to a few games with him, I was like, okay, this is fun. We've gone with a couple of friends, and I've had people explain hockey to me, or at least try. I'm asking questions. I'm like, what's going on right now? Like, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. It's interesting when they go in the penalty box for fighting, like they're just like, you're in timeout. And then they go back out and fight again. So, yeah. Anyways, it's just not my thing. Also, I cannot fucking stand the cowbells. Like, there is a lady, I don't know if her son plays on the team, but there is a lady that is always there, or maybe she's just a big fan. But I feel like people know her, and the whole fucking time, like a cowbell, just throwing her hands up, arms up with the cowbell. And it is just, I walk out of the arena with a fucking migraine. Like, that's how bad it is. Also, why is the music super loud? It doesn't need to be super loud. Everything there that is in sound is much louder than when you go to any other sports event ever. I've been to a football game. I've been to a baseball game. I've been to baseball. Did I say baseball already? Probably, but that's okay. I've been to just other things. Wrestling. Nothing is that loud. It is so bad. Like, you need to have earplugs in the entire time. I don't understand it. I don't like it. And I literally told him, I'm busy. I can't go tonight. And so he started laughing, and I'm like, no, seriously, I will not go. And I know that I'm your wife, but this is something that I like. I guess this is a boundary that I have, I guess, is like, you're not going to make me go, nor are you going to make me feel bad about not going to a hockey game with you, because I just can't. I've tried in the past, and literally I leave. The migraine is so bad that it goes down my neck, and my neck muscles stiffen up that like I can't move my head at the end of it all, because it's just the sound. It's just, listen, teach their own. I'm not trying to say it's just not for me. Okay. It's just not for me. So I'm glad that he found someone to go with. But now I just felt like maybe I should record a podcast. And so here we are. It is, what time is it right now? It is a little past 6:15. So it is the end of the day. I look the way that I look. And you know what? That's okay. I've just gotten to the point where I think I had said it in my last episode, where I feel like doing video podcasting has really, it's added another element of like, oh, I got to set this up. I got to make sure that this is recording. I got to which I have done a full episode before with just my camera, thinking that I hit record on my pod track, and I didn't. And so I ended up not using that because just the audio with the camera alone wasn't great. And so, yeah, I've done that. And so it's just little things that could go wrong. And yeah, it's just another thing. But also just like putting your face on camera and on video for people to see. I mean, some people are just not the nicest, but you know, at the end of the day, are they putting themselves out there? No, they're not. And so you get me how I am, no makeup, hair is super just straight, because I actually did not put any like curling, like leave-in conditioner in my hair. I had to start using like a leave-in conditioner for like wavy hair, because my hair, although It is very soft. It is way too healthy. Like I've had hairstylists literally tell me that my hair is too healthy, that it makes sense that it like mats up in the back and like it literally is like a bird's nest, like a huge knot that a bird could be living in right behind my, like the nape of my neck. And it sucks because then I can't put my hair up in a ponytail because then I'm trying to like smooth out the back and it's just, and brushing it was always a pain. So someone one day, a hairstylist that I was seeing, she was like, you should maybe try a leave-in conditioner because then your hair won't tangle. And I'm like, that's a good idea. And so I've been doing it ever since. I think it's now going on like 10 years, maybe close to that, 8 to 10 years. So it helps. At the end of the day, my hair is fine. It's just, again, I have fine hair. Yes, I have this like nice wave. Some days it's curlier than others, but I like today I put nothing in it again. And so it's just kind of like, meh. And so, yeah, it's fine. But the more I touch it, again, it's like Grease Nation over here. It's just like, whoa, did she shower? And I'm like, yeah, I did. I shower every day. I have to because my hair gets greasy for no reason. But yeah, anyways. So I don't even know where I was going with this. I don't know. Yesterday was officially the first day of spring. Oh, I know. I was talking about how Alvaro's gone, so I'm recording a podcast. But yesterday was the first day of spring. Today is actually a really nice day. It was cold in the morning. I had an appointment this morning with my friend. And so I went to go see her. Hey. And then left, came home. And I've just been keeping busy. We took the dogs for a walk, which was fun. I may do that after I'm done. We'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah, that's the plan anyways, is to take the boys for another WALK. I have to be careful when I say it because Bane, who is sleeping in this blanket next to me, if you can see the video, it's this blue blanket. He's underneath it. If I say the word, he will start freaking out and then he will sit in front of me just looking at me, staring at me. And it's like, I'm busy. I'm sorry. You're going to have to wait. But yeah, so with better weather, everything is outside. There's kids outside, which Bruce, my smallest dog, he's literally a little less than 7 pounds, if not 7 pounds. He has a problem with the kids playing outside. It's more so when they're like screaming their heads off and they're running and laughing and just having a good time. He's not for it. He's just like, stop it. Stop chasing child B. Okay. Stop child A. Stop chasing child B. Like, stop. It's just very much that. Like anytime it's like, dude, so we can't even have the back door open when they're outside because he's just like nonstop standing there just barking at them. And I'm just like, I just need you to stop. There's one thing about dogs that I cannot stand. And I think this is because of a childhood dog that I had named Oli, who would just bark. Like just bark for no reason. And I think also he was a beggar. Like he literally would sit in our kitchen area, like by the kitchen table and cry and bark until we gave him food. And so I knew that when I got my own dogs that they were not allowed in the kitchen. And this is something that I got from my grandpa, believe it or not. Okay. Like I know everyone's like, oh, surprise there. But like my grandpa has always had a rule that his dogs are not allowed in the kitchen, nor are they allowed near the kitchen table. When you are eating, like bottom line, never the kitchen. And then when you are eating at the table, they cannot come to you. And so we've made that rule. And we have carpet in our living room. And then our kitchen area where our table is at, it is actual, it's not tile. What is this called? Laminate flooring? I don't know. But it's something like that. And so they know that their feet have to, or their paws have to be on the carpet and they cannot come over to the kitchen. So whenever we have people over, obviously we don't have enough space for everyone to eat at the kitchen table, mainly because we have stuff on the table. Like I have some like food menus and like the mail that I need to go through, and my laptop sits on one of the chairs because there's only 2 of us and yet we have 4 chairs at the table. And then I have like my essential oil stuff and my diffuser and like all this stuff just on the very, very, very end of the table closest to the wall. But like people could sit there. I don't know. It's just, again, it's just Alvaro and myself. And so whatever. And so we just say people can eat in our living room with the little foldable tables that we have. I want to get TV dinner. They're not, are they trays? TV dinner, foldable tables. But I want to get those, and I've been talking about getting those, but they're so freaking expensive for like a pack of 4. Every single time I like go to look, I'm just like, I don't really want to spend this right now. And so, but either way, the dogs are just totally confused, and then they're like sitting there looking at the person like, are you going to feed me? Because my human doesn't sit in the living room when they eat. So I'm totally like, they know that the moment you bring food over to their side, it's anyone's game at that point. They're just like there, and it's go away. Luckily, I'm really happy and thankful that my dogs don't sit there and like beg in the sense of like making noise. They just stare at you. And then it gets to the point where like they'll leave. But Bruce is the one that would be brave enough to try to steal something off your plate if you're not paying attention. But I think he's only tried that a couple times, but for the most part, he just sits there and looks at you. So, but yeah, Bane doesn't really care about the kids playing outside. He could care less. It's just Bruce. I've talked about this before where I know there was one kid that would just fight with everybody, and it was just really annoying to listen to every single day, and like the other kids yelling and complaining and tattling and just all the things. And it was just like, oh my gosh, can someone just please go get this kid and take him inside or something? Like, this is too much. But like I've always said that because we live in an apartment, and so I always feel like the kids that are here all have a bunch of other kids to play with. And so they just all kind of go in this area, like this walk path that we literally are right in behind. Or I guess like when you go to our back patio area, like we can see it. And it's like the perfect spot for kids to run around, kick the ball, throw the ball, ride their bikes up and down this like walk path. Like this whole loop that we live in, or that I live around, is the perfect spot. Like the kids don't need a playground over here. And so I do say that it is very great that kids are playing outside, because nowadays kids are just glued to their phones. They're glued to their computers, technology, gaming systems. It's not good for kids. And so, I mean, it's not good for adults either. Like it really isn't. Like we are social beings, and we should be outside and hanging out with other people, but you don't see that anymore. Like I know growing up, I at least had my sisters and like a friend that lived across the street, and then literally in walking distance on the other side of the block, like my 2-3 other friends lived there. And so we would walk to the park, and like I remember growing up, we used to literally fill up water balloons and take coolers to the park. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, but then you like left all the balloon casings everywhere. And it's like, we would try to pick up as much as we could, but guess what? We were having too good of a fucking time running around in the grass trying to get the other person wet by throwing a water balloon at them and the water exploding. And guess what? It was always fucking hot. And there was people that would go and, cut the grass, whatever. Like we were kids, okay? We don't care about the environment as children, all right? And my parents worked, and so it was just like, that's what we would do. We literally would call up our friends and be like, hey, we got all the water balloons. Like, do you want to meet us at the park? And we would go and have huge water balloon fights. It was so much fun. Kids don't do that anymore. Like, anyways, don't get me started, even though I already got started. So I always just say that although like sometimes people can feel like kids are just screaming and blah, 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 at the end of the day, these kids need that. Like, I don't know. I think it's great that they have their like own little community. So I don't know. But with that and good weather, that means that not only are the children playing outside, but the bugs, the birds, and the bees. Like it's just like, why? Oh, let me tell you. No, I'll get there later. Okay. But I remember, so like the other day I was taking, I think it was Bruce outside, and I saw this like huge black, it was like the size of a nickel. Like something flew by me and I heard it and I was like, what was that? I'm like, was that a bird? It was this black bee and it had one yellow stripe on its body. Like, and I was just like, oh my God. What kind of bee is this? What is this? And I forgot to look it up, if I'm being honest, until just right now. I remembered that I haven't looked it up, but I need to know what kind of bee this is, because I know that there's like a big black bee that literally just stings people. Like, it's crazy. I don't know, but it was not no honeybee. It was fuzzy, and I was like, please just get away from me. And Bruce, of course, is like doing his like little kicks that he does after he marks on something, and I'm just like, now's not the time to do this slowly. Like, you need to hurry up, go potty, and we need to come back inside, because there's this like, the fact that you could hear it, like that's what that right there bothers me. Like, I don't want to hear your buzzing around. I do not want to hear it. And also, I'm not sure if I'm allergic to bees or anything. I'm 34 years old and have yet to be stung by a bee, which I don't want to happen. So knock on wood. Where's wood? There's none near me. But do that, okay? If you have something next to you, knock on wood. Yeah. I love listening to the birds in the morning. I will say that. I love sleeping with my window open and listening to the birds. It's just like, am I Snow White? Am I Snow White? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I took notes, but this time I took them on my phone. So if I look like I'm looking like down at something, it's my phone, because that's where my notes are at. Okay, listen. I understand everyone. Okay, listen. Okay, yeah. I understand everyone really likes these types of headphones that cover your full ear. But please don't wear them when you're driving. I feel like I've talked about this before. And just like when you're walking in the street, like don't wear noise canceling headphones like that. Like, to me, that is so dangerous and like irresponsible, because it's just like, how dare you get upset at someone for like saying, excuse me, or on your left, and you just are like, la da 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 da, la, like can't hear nothing. And yet you have the nerve to just start complaining about like, oh my God, that person almost hit me. I could hear them saying on your left, on your right, literally. And you're just like, la, 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 la. And you're going to get upset. Take off your fucking headphones and listen to the surroundings around you. Like, they were saying on your left or right, whatever side it is, because I feel like I see this every single morning, every single time I go into work. It's like, oh my gosh. Or like the people that walk around with it. I'm just like, dude, I can't. Also, now it's a cool thing to have headphones with the cord. Let me tell you this, that's going to get old real fucking fast, because you know how annoying? I've been playing with this thing. This cord right here, it's only on one side. And kids are now, the cool kids, the Gen Zers are like, it's cool now to have earbuds with the cord. And it's like, if you only knew, like, that was the only thing we had growing up. Do y'all remember Skull Candies? Listen, Skull Candies was where it was at before you had all these other brands. Like, if you had Skull Candies, like, you knew that you were like, okay, listen, I can't. I can't with people who wear both earbuds, walking around, not knowing what's going on around them. I just can't. Like, I literally will walk by and purposely will be like, excuse me, and then they look at me and I'm like, I'm trying to get through, and I'm like, you're in my way and you're not paying attention. Or like when people, this is also another thing. Listen, my grandfather has taught me so many things of like what not to do. And one of the things that he's always told me is like, when you are out and about, it's fine to have like one earbud in your ear, but to have both and not be able to hear what's going on with you. Also, people driving with their earbuds, what is the deal? Why not just turn on the volume in your car? And listen, I know some people would be like, well, maybe the radio doesn't work in their car. Well, these are brand new fucking cars. So if you don't have even just a radio programmed in your brand new fucking car, take it back. But like the fact that people, again, are wearing like headphones and AirPods in their ears while they're driving. The other day, there was like an ambulance car coming, and this fucking car, like, I literally could see the person had huge headphones on, couldn't even hear the ambulance, and it's just still driving in its way, and finally got out of the way, but everyone else is moving because that's what you need to do. You have to get out of the ambulance's way. Do you not use your mirrors either? Like, I don't. It's not safe. But anyways, my grandpa's always said, if you at least have one, you could at least hear what's going on around you, you know? Also, I cannot with like walking and just doing this, like this little vibe right here of like walking and just like phone, scroll. I'm still walking. Don't know. I'm not making eye contact with anybody because my eyes are so glued to my phone right now. Like, I just don't know what's going on. Oh, this person. I literally will almost like bump into someone on purpose because they're just not paying attention. And just to be like, yeah, pay attention, you know. But that's me as I'm an asshole sometimes, okay? Not in the way of like I'm doing this to be an asshole, but like I'm doing this for your own good to let you know and make you aware again that there are other people around you, and people are not going to move out of your way sometimes. Sometimes you are in their way. Think of it as driving. You're on the right side, okay? Not on the left, and stop moving left and right, because I don't know. I'm staying in my lane, and if you end up bumping into me because you're not looking, like, I don't know. I'm just like, the way that people are so glued to their devices kind of makes me sick a little bit. And I don't know, maybe I sound like an old lady. I don't even know. This rant is just too much. Let me move on because it's too much. I literally put it's a safety hazard, okay? Like literally when I walk into my office, I know I'm literally in a parking garage, and I usually get to work. I literally park my car around 7 a.m. I know that there are homeless people that hang around that are having fits and episodes in the morning, and I walk into the building by myself. It is not a good time to be having both earbuds in, my eyes only on I got to be aware of my surroundings because I am the only one walking, and sometimes there is literally a person who is just losing it, and I just have to be ready for whatever is coming my way. If it happens, it has gone to that point with other people, but like, yeah, it's that this is what I'm talking about. It's like, yeah, anyways, it's just, I don't know. Okay, moving on. Let me see. Let me look at my notes. Okay. So lately, everyone knows that I get into like this, I guess I get into, how do I want to say this? Like I don't want to say like vibe or like, but I get into this pattern and habit, let's just say, where I'm going to call it a pattern. But I get into these patterns where I will watch the same movie over and over and over again. Everyone knows that I really love the movie The Holiday. Love that movie. But lately, Barbie has been my comfort movie. I don't know if I just miss musicals because the parts where Ken is singing or like just the music in it. And listen, I'm not saying Barbie is a musical. It's not by any means, but I'm just saying. The music in Barbie is good. It is feel good vibes. And I just love Ken's song. Like, who doesn't? There's a reason why it like won for best song, right? I think that's what it was, because Ryan was like taken aback when he won it. And he's like, what? That song won? I mean, he sang it, but he didn't write it, you know? So anyways, it's a good movie. It's been my repeat movie the past few weeks. I don't know. I know this is like, I don't know. I'm not even going to comment on that because that movie is supposed to be like girl power. But let me just say, I feel bad for Ken. I'm just going to say it. I feel bad for Ken for how Barbie treats Ken. This man loves her. And yet she's just like, no, every night's girls' night. And it's like, girl, if you knew, I can't. Also, I did not grow up playing with Barbies. I did not really like Barbies. And so I think that's why I'm team Ken. So I don't know. I think also just Ryan playing Ryan Gosling. I got to get the right Ryan, because the other day I text Jess, I'm like, Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. That's wrong Ryan. But Ryan Gosling, he just made Ken, like, he brought Ken to life. And so it's just like the role was made for him, like he's just Ken. Knuff. He is Knuff. So I'm just kidding. He is Kenergy. And then I watched Hamilton. So immediately, like, after I watched Ken sing his song, I'm Just Ken, and like singing with that and like really just belting it, because I was home by myself, and I probably will do that again here shortly. I just miss musicals, I think. Alvaro is not he doesn't really like watching musicals. He does not like them. He's like it just like they're in the middle of a scene and all of a sudden they just break out in song. I'm like, yeah, that's a musical. Like, they sing the whole time. And he's just like, no, I just want to watch the movie. And I'm like, okay. That's why I'm shocked that he liked Wicked, because he was like, that was actually good. And I'm like, okay, I guess. And then K-pop Demon Hunters, sure, makes sense because we listen to K-pop. But like Wicked, I was surprised by. He even brought up that Wicked for Good was now on Peacock. And he's like, Wicked for Good is on Peacock. And I'm like, okay. Do we want to watch that? That's 3 hours of our lives. And I don't know if I want to. That's one of the biggest reasons why I didn't go watch it in theaters, because it's 3 hours of my day. I don't even like going to see Avengers movies or like, DC movies, because they're so fucking long. I got so burnt out with those movies and how long they were. I was like, I can't. Like, I just can't. But maybe we'll watch that here soon. But yeah, I watched Hamilton. I just forgot how good Hamilton was. But also, when you just watch wrestling all the time, because that's just the TV program or entertainment that both parties can agree on, and we actually enjoy it, then finding time to watch other things has been a little bit difficult, because again, I like musicals and I would watch Hamilton all the time. I used to back in the day. Like when it first came on Disney Plus, I will never forget it, because that was the only time that I've ever seen Hamilton. And I remember it was such a big deal when it finally went on Disney Plus. And so I watched it, and every morning, like on the weekends, I would wake up like around 5:30, and that became like my feel good movie, or the movie that I always put on, or, the musical Broadway show, whatever. And so I would always put that on. And it had been years since I've started, or like since I'd seen it. And so, yeah, the other day I was like, I'm going to watch it. And so then I put it on, and yeah, it was just like, some of the songs I remembered, some of them I didn't. And I'm just like, why do they rap so fast? I'm like, man, this is like hard to do. So they got talent, and I love the cast. Like, it was just really good. But anyways, yeah. I think I just miss musicals. I just miss like not just listening to talking the whole time, but just like music and singing. Yeah. I find it a little bit more entertaining. It keeps me it keeps me focused, right? I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, growing up, we watched musicals. And you know what? I was also thinking about it. Like, I know last time I was talking about Mulan and like the songs in Mulan. And then I just realized that a lot of the childhood movies that I watched, especially like the princess movies, all had songs in them. Like, again, like I know I mentioned it last time, but it was just, maybe I should watch Mulan after this, because I've been bringing that movie up quite a bit, just like talking to Alvaro and other people. And I'm like, oh, Mulan's a good movie. We had that shit on VHS, and it was like the best thing ever. We used to watch it all the time as kids. And Eddie Murphy as Mushu is really funny. Yeah, it's just a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. Like that, you need to watch, okay? The songs are so good. Banger after banger after banger. Super good. But I'm just, suggesting, recommending, whatever. Matcha. Listen, everyone knows I go through phases of like, I drink coffee, I don't drink coffee because it's doing something with my skin. Mainly the creamers that I add in it because I cannot drink coffee black. Cannot do it. I've tried it. It's too bitter for me. It's too like, ugh. The flavor is too strong. And I only like dark roast. I don't like light or medium. I find them to be like watery almost. And so I just like a good dark roast because I do like tasting a little bit of coffee with my creamer. You like how I said coffee with my creamer? Got to put some coffee with this creamer. I actually don't use like a whole lot of creamer. I use more half and half. And then I will kick in the flavored creamer. I like to use less of that because there's a lot of sugar and added weird oils and gum in it. So I know some of the ones that we've gotten, like we really look at the ingredients, and a lot of the ones that we drink are non-dairy because they seem to have less gums in it. And sometimes there's like 4 different gum, whatever that crap is, in it. And I'm just like, no. And I feel like some creamers also have listed vegetable oil in it, which really grosses me out. And like just the thought of that. So the less creamer I have in it, the better as far as like flavored stuff. So we have found like this almond oat milk Starbucks one that is really good and has minimal ingredients in it. So it tastes good. But definitely when you reheat up the coffee, sometimes with the oat milk, it does get a little like, it like cooks the oat. I don't know. It's weird because I've had it on the bottom of my coffee before where I've reheated it. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's like oat, like, I don't know, like powder residue. Like it's almost like that. It's weird, but whatever. At least it doesn't have a bunch of gums in it. I'm fine with that. So I've noticed that some of my coworkers have started drinking more matcha. And so I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to go on this matcha move. Okay. Maybe I need to try matcha. Listen, I've had a cousin who has always has tried to convince me to try matcha. And maybe I have. And I feel like at the time I did not like it. I don't know. Everyone always is like, oh, it's so good. It's so yummy. It's so this. And I've had people straight up like, it tastes like dirt. It tastes like the earth. Like, don't drink it. It's disgusting. And I feel like the time has come where I try it. I'm just going to try matcha by itself. People are like, add vanilla, add oat milk, add almond milk, add just regular milk, honey, whatever to flavor it. And I'm just like, okay, maybe I could get down with that, you know? So I've asked some of my coworkers, you know, what matcha brands do you like? And one of my coworkers let me know which one she is which one is her favorite. And so I was like, okay, cool. Do I have the name somewhere written down? I know it's in like my notebook that I do not have with me don't have in front of me, but I know the brand starts with an R. That's all I got. And so I don't know. I think I'm going to try matcha, and I really like green tea. Listen, I really love tea because I can drink that shit by itself. No added nothing. And this is for all tea. Like I literally just plain. And that's it. I'm happy with that. My throat is starting to hurt. Like it's starting to really bother me. I think I need some water, but my water is like on the ground. So I'm just going to push through this and hopefully, but I've noticed that on the left side, it's starting to hurt a little bit, and I don't know why. And my jaw's also like starting to lock up. It feels like everything just feels real tight. And so I'm like, am I getting sick? Like what's happening? No, it's probably because I have not talked this much in forever, or maybe just in general the past couple of days that it's like, Martha, you're talking too much. You're using your vocal cords a little too much right now. Like, ugh, I don't know. And remember, I don't have allergies. Okay. If you listen to any of my previous episodes about my breathing journey and being a mouth breather for a little bit, not a bully, but just like literally breathing through the mouth because I could not breathe through my nose, to have all these tests done to find out I have no allergies to nothing that would have me like that would cause me to have to take allergy medicine. Okay. That's where it came down to it. And so like, I don't have normal seasonal allergies. And so it was a mystery, but anyways, I just Yeah, my throat is starting to hurt. It's weird. Also, my neck is like starting to get itchy. I can't figure it out right now. So anyways, I want to try matcha. So we shall see how that goes. I may be getting a soft spot for spiders. Okay. Listen, everyone knows that I allow cellar spiders to live in my home. That's the only spider that I let live in my home because they take care of everything. Flies, other nasty spiders, like everything. They take care of the pests. I love them in my home. So much so that one of my cellar spiders was really big and out of nowhere was like really skinny, but then also carrying something in its mouth. And I'm like, is that food? Are you eating? Maybe I've talked about this before. Anyways, so upon researching this, I was like, okay, do they hold on to their food for like days? And they're like, if you notice that the cellar spider in your home has had like a sack, if you will, in their mouth, then those are her babies. And I'm like, what? So anyways, I have a cellar spider that literally just went in a corner and was holding on to her little babies in her mouth, like just a little egg sack. And listen, a lot of people are like, oh my God, you're going to let the cellar spider have babies. So upon doing my research, okay, cellar spiders can have, I think anywhere between 12 and I think 30 little babies. And I feel like 30 may be a lot, but maybe it's 25. Either way, it's not the hundreds that people are like, oh my God, they like lay 100 eggs. It's not like that. Like they don't lay that many eggs. And so I was like, dang, okay, 13, not too bad. I'm thinking like low number. Okay. I'm just like, it's going to be, cause it was like little. It's not like, it wasn't like this massive, thing that she had in her mouth. It was little. So I was like, okay, I don't know how it all works in there. I don't know how tiny the eggs are. I have no idea. Whatever. She's protect my home. I'm going to protect her. Okay. I'm going to let her do her thing. And then when springtime comes and it gets better outside, I'll relocate them outside. Okay. I don't want all of them in my home, but for now it's too cold. I don't want her to die. Again, she's done her job in my home and I am leaving her be. Anyways, yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, I'm like, I haven't checked on her in a while. And so I turned my flashlight on. Sure enough, all the little babies, they're little dots. They're just so cute. I'm like, they're so cute. And I'm like counting them. I'm like, okay, there's like maybe. So I counted roughly around 13 to 15. And she's just there like protecting them. And oh man, when I flashed that flashlight on her, because currently she's living where my washer and dryer at. I have a stackable washer and dryer. And she's literally just tucked away. Not even in the public eye. Not in her normal like nest over by my fireplace. Like she is hidden, protecting her babies. And so I'm just like, girl, you do your thing. Okay. But soon you will have to eat because she hasn't been eating. She literally has just hold on to her eggs and protected them. And I guess they become very, very, very protective, which I get it. And so, yeah, I don't know when she'll leave them. I haven't looked that far into my research, but it was like, it could take I think 3 to 4 weeks for the eggs to hatch. And I think it went the full 4 weeks because I've been looking and patiently waiting because I was just curious on how many is it going to be, And so, yeah, it's about 13 or 15, but they're so tiny. They're just so little. And they look like, I don't know, it just looks like, it doesn't look disgusting. Like nothing that I know some people are like, that is disgusting. But coming from a person who literally is afraid of spiders, before all of this, and I mean like spiders in the worst way, like I would see it and I would not leave where I was until that spider was gone. But now I just look at them and I'm like, okay, I guess I appreciate them more now that I've had cellar spiders in my home. Like I have one. So, okay, so my girl did her thing. Okay, she's taking care of her little babies. Okay. I'm leaving them alone. I'll even like turn on, listen, this is crazy. I know I'm turning into my mom. This is crazy. I literally will just turn on the dryer to warm up that area. I'm like, you got to stay warm. Let me turn on the dryer. I don't care about paying the electricity bill. Let me keep you warm. Like I literally will turn on the dryer just for it to get warm in there. It's fine. I did that earlier today too. But then I was like, you know what? I do have to dry Alvaro's clothes. I completely forgot to switch them. So Yeah, so it worked out. Okay, it worked out. But the other day, last week actually, I was turning on my little lamp that I have in my window seal, and I turned that on to not have my window, like the curtains open, the shades, blinds, whatever, open. And so I turned it on. I noticed like this like dark spot had like moved really quickly, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that's not a stellar spider. But in my office where my desk is at, against the wall, I'm right on the, like to my right is my window for that, I guess my office or the bedroom, whatever. And in the bottom corner, there is space right there where anything could live. The heater's right there on the floor or whatever. And so a cellar spider did used to live there. But then a new spider moved in because that cellar spider went away. And a new spider has taken over that spot. So naturally, I was like, oh my gosh, this isn't a cellar spider. I got to get rid of it. And so I literally saw it one day and I walked away for a second. This is my issue with spiders just in general. And the reason why I'm just like, get it out of here is because you take your eye off of it for 1 second and it's gone. And then you're like full panic mode. You're stressed out. Just where is this thing, right? So I'm like, fuck, where'd it go? And so I literally got to the point where I put on tennis shoes. I put long socks on. I put my Nikes on because I was ready to take it out if it got anywhere near on the wall, on my desk, like anywhere. It did not come out the whole day. Okay. So I'm literally like, I don't know where it went. It's fine. Like I have to work. Like I cannot not work in my office. Like I have to work. So I just kept it like out of sight, out of mind. Like I kept just telling myself like, okay, if I see it, like I have had spiders crawl on my monitor while I'm on the phone talking to somebody, which isn't a great experience, but you know, it is what it is. And it's happened multiple times. And so I'm like, it's not going to surprise me. I need some water. Hold on. My throat is starting to hurt. I'm talking too much. Ooh, talking too much. Oh, now that I think about it, I usually have my water bottle right by the left side of me between my arm and the couch. Anyways, so spider disappeared, didn't show up. So I'm like, okay, I'm fine. End of work day. Next day I go in and I see it again. And I'm like, okay, this time I want to know where you go. So I flash a flashlight on it and I turn the flashlight off for 1 second. And I look away and I go, and I'm not kidding you guys. When I say one, I mean one. Gone. Where did it go? Like, where did it go? It's playing games with me. Okay. I've like, it's fine. Whatever. So then I think we're now into the weekend. Okay. Last weekend. Okay. And I wake up in the morning and I'm like, you know what? It's before 7:00. And then it's like, I know it's schedule. All right. The moment I walk in at like 7:00, getting things ready for work, it hides, whatever. So I go with my flashlight. I see it. And I'm like, this time I'm not turning the flashlight off. I'm not looking away. I'm just holding the flashlight on it. And I'm sure my neighbors were like, what is she doing? they can see me because I'm literally by the window. And so I know that they can see me if they were to look into my office window. And so I'm like, this is such a great look. It's fine. I'm just your crazy neighbor. Okay. Over here trying to see where the spider lives. Okay. Or where it's disappearing to. So then, wow, my throat is really hurting. I hope I'm not getting sick because I have our first session of D&D next Saturday. And like, the right side, I still have tonsils. So isn't my tonsils swelling up? It feels like that a little bit. Maybe I should just finish this. I'm going to finish the story and probably call it a day because it's really starting to bother me. Anyways, so I leave the flashlight on it and out of nowhere, I finally see it start moving and it crawls underneath my, like, it's a 3-drawer organizer that I have for like crafts and stuff. It's where I keep a lot of my stuff for snail mail, paints, whatever, like anything art related. That's where you would find stuff. And so I'm like, crap, it's hiding underneath that. Or at least whenever it feels any vibration, movement, light on it, or when I turn on my light to turn on my little lamp, it moves because where its web is, like the cord is right there. And so anyways, it ran under there, and so I was like, okay, so I'm gonna come back and see if it comes back out later. Didn't it? Like, it hides there and like stays there. I don't know. I'm not watching it the entire time. I also don't have a camera on it, so I don't really know. I don't know if it's actually coming out and then like going back in, coming out, like, I don't know. But I will say, when I'm at home, I do see it, and then it goes and hides, and I'm like, okay, we have a little game going on here. I come in and I say good morning, and you say, bitch, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm gonna go hide. And so it just stays there the whole day, just underneath. And I actually have not checked today to see if it was still there. I don't know. But at the end of the day, if it becomes cellar spider food, that's fine. Like, it's just like, okay, this is what I feel like. I feel like Betty White in, what is it, Lake Placid with the big alligator, and then she's like, come and get it. And she like feeds it the cow. I'm just like, I'm raising cattle for my cellar spiders. That's essentially what I'm doing at this point. Craziness. It's just like, no. Like, real talk, I feel like I am turning into my mom, and I feel like I'm having more of appreciation for my 8-legged friends. I don't know. I think ever since the cellar spiders, I think I have a soft spot for not so creepy spiders. So far, I have not had any like of the, as I look around, I'm like, I have not had any of like the really weird Aragog looking spiders. I have not had any of those yet. But spring has sprung, and then we are going to be in summer shortly here soon. And so it could be that we start seeing more of them, which I'm hopeful. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave my army of cellar spiders here to take care of things. Okay. Maybe I will let my queen cellar spider and her children take over my home. Okay. And protect me from all of the pests that would come in. No, I do plan on putting them outside. Like, I can't. Like, that's so many. Although there was one point in time where I was counting them, and I swear I had like 18 of them in my home, like in every corner. I'm just like, where do these come from? Now I know. I've witnessed it, okay? Like, one day she has them in her mouth, and next day, whoop, they're there. It's just like, wow, okay. Nature, life, it's a crazy thing. And we only have one, so... Again, I'm just going to let her do her thing. She has not done anything but protect my home. And I still need to clean her area. Maybe she'll move back there. Like, I don't know. But I mean, if she's happy where she's at, I just don't get to see her unless I go and physically open the door and say hello. Which she doesn't care for me, though, because when I flash that flashlight on her, she like literally moves and is like, stay away from my babies. I know, I'm fucking crazy. Like, this is crazy. Even Jess was like, I don't even know who you are anymore. And I'm like, yeah, with the spiders, me neither. Because I am, or was, I guess it depends. It depends on the spider. Because I know for a fact, if I was to see like one of those nasty black or brown spiders that hang around people's homes, like 100%, I would be like, get it out of here. Jumping spiders, I still can't. Those things, the fact that they can see almost 360 degrees, that's too much for me. That's too much. You move and it's like, whoo, and it like puts its like little 2 front legs up. I'm like, hell no, this thing's ready to fight. Nuh-uh. And the fact that it jumps, no. But my mom loves jumping spiders. She says they're so cute, and she follows some lady who raises them and is just like, oh, so-and-so, names them and has them in their own like little homes, and is like, so-and-so, I'm watering them today. And so my mom's always thinking that she's got to water spiders. And like, don't water spiders. Let them naturally find their own water source, or lay something out for them. Like, I know, like, Jess used to have, I think it was for like the bees, where she'd do like, not marbles, but like the little glass pebbles, and lay them there and like put water just barely above them, or maybe just right below like the highest like level, like the arch. And I guess like bees would go and drink water from there. So there are ways, but like, don't just, my mom literally is like, mist, like with water, misting, like don't water them like you would a plant, like stop it. And she's just like, oh, it needs water, let me spray it a little bit. I'm like, oh my God. I've been on the phone with her when she's done that. She's like, oh, it didn't like that. It did not like that. I'm like, well, who would? I know I don't like being sprayed with water. Like, don't do that. That's the reason why I don't get on water rides, okay? I don't want to be wet. Like, I don't. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I had like a whole thing about WrestleMania and like an update with that. Because we're literally a month away from it, which is so crazy to think about that I'm going to be there next month. And I will say, I'll go into this short little story. So when I had bought pre-sale tickets in September, they really made you feel like this was selling out. These were the only tickets available. I'm understanding how WWE plays, and I'm not here for the game. So even when we went to SmackDown, they release a certain amount of tickets, and the way that they fucking do it makes you feel like the tickets are going out of sale. So you will pay whatever it is that they are asking for to go, okay, to participate in the event, to go. I mean, obviously not to wrestle, but to go and see and witness everything, okay? The thing is that they then release tickets later on in waves, and I think that is bullshit. Just put all the tickets out in one go, and if they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. But the issue is that they have these third-party buyers that literally resell all the tickets. And so they're coming in during the pre-sale and taking all of the seats. Literally, when we went to SmackDown, the opposite side that looked sold out when I went to go buy tickets and still no tickets were available were bought by robots and then were reselling for like triple the price. That side was so empty. Meanwhile, the other side that we were on, where we were on camera side, so the camera was actually facing us. We were on the crowd, like if you watched it on TV, we're the crowd saying hello. And can you imagine like being a wrestler and you're looking at the camera and behind the camera there's no audience there? Like that's literally where what happened is that, again, like all these third party people bought all the tickets, the resellers didn't sell because they were selling for so much or reselling them for a shit ton more. And it's very just discouraging because it's like people who are actual fans of wrestling like want to go and watch it, but because it's just become this new cool thing that everyone now likes, it's just like, I don't know. It's just too much. It's too much. And so, oh my gosh, my pillow was hitting my camera. I'm so sorry if it got a little wobbly there, but it's fine. So that's exactly what happened during WrestleMania during the pre-sale in September is that I literally got seats in the 300 level. And unfortunately, the seats that were only available at the time that were cheaper, were for like, I'll say it, like $466 a piece, which for 4 people is actually really good because last year when I wanted to go, it was literally like $3,000 for both Alvaro and I to go. And I was like, that's fucking bullshit. So the fact that I paid less for 4 people was okay, great. So then on Thursday, I'm like, you know what? There's still tickets. I looked and there's still tickets. Unfortunately, a lot of those tickets are certified resellers. I think that's verified resellers. And so like through the Ticketmaster website, and literally when you uncheck that box, like I kid you not, half of the arena disappears and then only shows you what Ticketmaster is actually selling. But the remainder of them are all like reseller. I was just like, this is sick. Anyways, so what I decided to do is like, I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of seats still left over. I'm going to see if I can call Ticketmaster and see if they'll exchange or like allow me to upgrade our seats. And so when I originally called, they were like, oh, the section that you want is less than what you paid for by $55. You can't purchase the tickets. And I'm like, my mind wasn't understanding because I was looking at like the ticket, not like the total. And they want the total to be the same, if not greater than what you paid for. And I wasn't understanding that in the beginning. So I asked the guy, I was like, okay, so I understand this is a $55 difference and I'm even willing to pay an extra fee. Like that's how much I was just like, I don't want to pay more because in my mind, the tickets and the area that we were going to go to were more. And so I was like, okay, I could pay the difference. Like, that's fine. But then when the total came out, it was $55 less than what I originally paid for a much shittier spot. But when you were looking at the ticket value, mine was much less, but I paid a shit ton in fees. Let me just say that. I paid a shit ton in fees. That tickets that were going for like $534, or actually I was looking at $584 and I paid $466, but because I paid a shit ton in taxes and fees and all this other crap, the $584 tickets, after it was all said and done, were $55 less than what I actually paid for. Like, shitty. It's super shitty, guys. Like, let me just say, this has been a learning experience to be patient when it comes to buying WWE tickets for any event. Be fucking patient, because the way that these like bots go in and just are taking the tickets to then resell them, like, don't waste your time. Wait until you're probably a month, if not maybe like 2 weeks before the event to actually see, because the tickets go down in prices all the time. So anyways, I asked the guy, I said, okay, so what ticket range do I need to look for in order for this to be an exchange, if not just a little bit more? He told me I would have to look in the 639 range or higher. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot. But when he finally explained it to me, I was like, oh shit, this actually opens the floor up for us to be in the 100 levels. Like, I paid that much taxes and fees and all, mainly fees on the fucking tickets that I got that were in section 332. If you want to look it up, look it up. We're literally like on the side and kind of back behind the stage, like where the entry, where they come out. And I was going to settle, but then I was like, the guy was literally like, yeah, you could probably sit in like section 102 if you wanted to, or like, what kind of view are you looking for? Like, if you want it dead center, like I can find you 4 tickets there and blah, blah, blah. Let me just tell you guys this. After it was all said and done, the difference in what I originally bought and to our new seats, which is now in a club seating area, we have club seating right by the stage. So we're actually in the middle, kind of like, so we have like the perfect view to look slightly to our left and see the whole stage lit up, the person walk out, walk to the ring, and actually be able to like see all of that. I was just like, again, I could not believe that I paid to have shitty ass seats pretty much, and was able to exchange / upgrade for a little bit higher, $84 difference, you guys, after for 4 tickets, not $84 per ticket. When I added the difference of what it was $84, and then I paid a $10 service fee or an exchange fee per ticket, so it was an additional $40. But like, it was an $84 difference, you guys, for a club seating 100 level. We're in section, if you want to look it up, C115, and you can look at to see where my experience will be during WrestleMania. But it's just like, I could not believe, it's just ridiculous. It shouldn't be that way. Like, when you go to buy tickets, it's just, you should be able to get what you want and not have to settle. But unfortunately, because in 2024 WrestleMania sold out, like, I remember I was just like, oh, for shits and giggles, I'm going to see what the wait time is, or like how many people are in front of me. And I took a screenshot of it, and it was like 32,900. I'm not even kidding. People waiting to purchase tickets. And so I was fearful this time that I was like, oh my God, but it wasn't. It went by really quick. But then at the same time, like, tickets were going, and it's all just a fucking game. I was just like, so do not rush to buy tickets for WWE events. Just let it fizzle out and then go. Because when it came to SmackDown just a couple weeks ago, actually at the beginning of this month, so a couple weeks ago, Martha, hello, a couple weeks ago, there was so many tickets still available, like a couple days before. But then my friend Nicholas bought tickets like 3 weeks after I did and got better seats. Like in my eyes, I was like, wow, those seats were so much better and for less than what I paid for. So be patient. Just be patient. But I will say that I am even more excited about WrestleMania than I was before, because I was a little like sad about the seats, but I was like, you know what? We're still going to be there in person. It's going to be an amazing experience, and it's going to be an even better one because I just took a chance and called, even though I wasn't sure if they were going to do it or not or allow it, because certain events and the people that are, you know, like hosting it and doing the thing sometimes have lockouts on their tickets where if you buy that, that's all you get and you cannot exchange, return, nothing, like sales are final. So I was very lucky that they were like, oh yeah, you know, and the guy was so nice. He was like, you know, you have a month. I was like, I don't want to wait a month. Like, I want to get this done now that I know that I can do this. I go, but I'm going to wait for my husband to get home so we could look at where we want to see or sit now that I know that literally we could get like way better seats in the 100 level and not have to be in the nosebleeds. Like it's going to be amazing. Like, I'm so excited. And I told my mom and my brother, and like, we're all excited now. And then I don't think I mentioned this, but we bought tickets 3 days to go to WWE World while it's there. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Friday we meet. So we're meeting 2 people as of right now, and more tickets go on sale on the 27th, which I'm still kind of like, I got to look to see who else I would want to go and see. I know Cody Rhodes is going to be there, but I got to see how much his stuff is, because I would like to get my mom a chance to see Cody or meet him. But we're doing meet and greets with Penta, and we're doing meet and greet with Bailey. And I mainly got Bailey for Alvaro because he's loved her forever. Like, you know. So anyways, I will definitely be talking about WrestleMania once it's all said and done, because I will be there and I'm so excited. But I am done talking. It has been 62 minutes and I am like, you can hear it. I can hear it in my headphones, and I'm sure you can hear it. But also, like, my face, if you're watching the video, I look like I'm in pain because my throat is starting to hurt. So I'm going to go make me some tea with some honey, and I am going to drink that because this is hurting. So anyways, if you've made it this far, I appreciate you and thank you so much for listening, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.